Alright guys, I'm going to walk you through how to download and install everything you need for the CyberPatriot program. So Mrs. Burns should have forwarded you this email here from the official CyberPatriot Air Force Association shindig. So if you scroll down, we'll see some download instructions and technical requirements. You should go through those to make sure your computer meets those technical requirements. But if you're on Windows, you can just go ahead and open up this image download instructions URL. And then over here are software installation, so you'll need either 7-zip or WinRAR, either will work. If you click on that, it will take you to 7zip.org, and you can go up here. We are on Windows, so we will download here our 64-bit version. Click on download, save it wherever you want. We'll go back, we'll get WinMD5. Go here. Down here at the bottom we have WinMD5 free download. We'll save that one as well. Go back. And then VMware Workstation Player, this is the important one. We'll go here. So 5.1, 64-bit operating systems for Windows. Download now. We'll save that one as well. Alright, so those are the three pieces of software we need to install, so I saved those onto the desktop. So we got them right here. So we'll double click our 7-zip, allow it to make changes, install. Alright, it's installed, good. I will delete that installer. WinMD5, if you double click this, oops. If you right click it, go to 7-zip, open archive. You'll have it with 7-zip. If you have it with WinRAR, you can open it with WinRAR either. And you can just extract that to wherever you want. I'm going to stick it in another folder. And we also have VMware Player, the important one. So I'll double click that, allow it to make changes. We'll just go ahead and click through the dialog. Let's see. Yes, keyboard driver. Probably don't need that. No, I'll check that box. Let's see. And if you want to shortcut your desktop or start menu, that's fine. Up to you. Then we'll hit install, and it'll do what it needs to do. Now, while it's doing that, if you go back into this email that Mrs. Burns forwarded you, you should see these next three links are the Windows image file, the server image file, and the Ubuntu image file. So if you click on them, you can download those to your desktop as well, or whatever folder you want. Now, these are going to take a moment to download. And our VMware is still installing. Okay, so 2 of our images have finished downloading. So what we're going to do here is we will go back into the email. So we'll take this checksum for the Windows 10 image. We'll copy that onto our clipboard. We'll open up MD5, which we installed earlier. So we'll browse which file we want to compare the checksum for. So we said Windows 10, open that up. Then we will here paste the original, what we copied from the email. And then this is just to ensure that, nothing got corrupted while you were downloading the file, that everything's how it's supposed to be. After this is done computing, we hit verify, it checks the 2 strings, and they matched, so this one is good to go. Then you can go ahead and do the same for the other images that you've downloaded. Okay, now I like working with the Ubuntu image, so I'm going to show you how to extract this and make sure everything's correct with it. However, it works with either any image that you choose. So I'm going to go back into the email that Mrs. Burns sent us. I don't know if I'm supposed to share this, so I'll do it, off screen, but there's an image extraction password right below the images, the image downloads links. So if we go ahead and try to extract this, it'll ask for a password. I will paste it in there, hit OK. Then it'll extract the image. And now while it's extracting, I'm going to open up VMware. We just downloaded VMware Workstation 15 player. And now there's one password in the email, and it works for all 3 of the images. So, guys, yeah, so we're going to use it for free for non-commercial use. Hit continue. Thank you. We'll hit finish. Here we go. So it will pop up. We'll hit open a virtual machine as soon as this is finished extracting. Okay, so after your image is extracted, you can go ahead and click open a virtual machine in your VMware Workstation player. Navigate to wherever you extracted your image, and then go ahead and hit open. So here it should come up, CyberPatriot. I guess this is 13 training round. Then, whichever image you extracted, so I extracted the Ubuntu one. So then if we go ahead and hit play, either down here or up here. If you encounter an error like the one I got in the video, then you're going to have to take some extra steps in order to resolve it, which I'll cover at the end of Alright, so after you've extracted your image, you got it into the VMware Workstation. You can double click here, or click on play, or click down here to play the virtual machine. And then when this comes up, you want to answer I copied it. Download. We'll just hit remind me later. That's fine. And here we go. So now, if rather than getting the I copied it message, you got an error, there's a little more that you're going to need to do before you can actually get into the virtual machine and start messing around with the practice scenario. So the first thing you want to try to do is just reboot your computer. If that doesn't work, you're going to need to go into the BIOS and change around some settings. So I have a short, unfortunately I don't really know how to record the BIOS, so I've got a short, cell phone video of how to do it, which obviously isn't that great. But will be available for questions if you need help individually with how to do it. But essentially, in order to enter your BIOS, you need to restart your computer. Then while it's booting up, you want to mash on your keyboard F2, F11, and delete, because one of those is generally the enter BIOS or setup key. And once you get in there, you need to go into your advanced settings and find something that says CPU virtualization or something along those lines, and you need to enable that. Alright, apologies for the very poor video quality, but you might need to go into your BIOS. So when you start up your computer, you either mash F2, F11, or delete until something like this comes up. Currently this is in easy mode, so I'm going to hit F7, you can see down there, to get it into advanced mode. I'm going to go over to our advanced settings, and I'm going to look for CPU virtualization stuff. So I'm going into CPU configuration. You can't see it because the light's on it. CPU configuration. I'm looking for something that says virtualization. So here, enable / disable CPU virtualization. Currently it's disabled, so I need to enable that. And then I'm going to hit F10 to save and exit. Save and reset, okay. And it'll restart. But anyway, so here we are now. You get your CyberPatriot agreement. You need to agree, hit OK. Then I'll ask you for your team's 12-digit identifier. So Mrs. Burns should have sent that out along with her email. And then when you enter that in, you can start kind of messing around, see everything that you need to do with the competition. So thank you guys. Hopefully this worked for you. If not, you can reach out to either myself or Mrs. Burns about any other questions you might have. Good luck.